My workday changes depending on what aspect of production I need to do. That usually spreads out over the course of a couple weeks. I release an episode every 2 weeks. On a given day, I might be very casually, at the most leisurely pace in the world, like finding a nice place to sit and read a book and doing research on something at a coffee shop or listening to an audiobook while taking the hike in the mountains in Los Angeles. But after a while, that leisure starts to crumble, and I start to kind of hole up in this garage behind the back of the house, which is my office. And there's a phase in writing where I can write anywhere. So sometimes I might go to a cafe, I might go to this library. If the weather is nice, which it thankfully often is in Los Angeles, there's this outdoor cafe where I like to sit under this particular tree and I write and I listen to music. But there's always a point at which, in order to write it effectively, I need to be able to say things out loud, and then I can no longer be in public. So I can't be sitting under my tree and just talking to myself. And so that's when I go to the garage and I really kind of plow through and work toward the end of a story. And sometimes that can take days. Sometimes it's me in the garage, struggling with the words, struggling with the work for hours and hours and hours, for days on end. My skin turning gray, not seeing the light, not seeing anyone, and that is where all the joy and the misery of writing comes in. But then once that is done, and there's this moment of, oh look, here it is, it's complete, and the color comes back to my face, and everything feels better. Then it's a kind of a technical process. I then record the story, which often is relatively quick, and then I edit it and produce it with music. And that again can be a very quick job, where I know exactly what kind of music, what music I want to use, and exactly how it should meld together, and which music should match up with which scene. And there are times I think I know that, and then I jump in and I find out that I am completely lost, and it goes on and on and on. But it is this, I like the variety of it. Like I like the rhythm of the fact that there are these days when I'm out in the world, and then there are these days when it's me in my lonely self. Yeah, that's the process.